Yo guys, what's up? It's your boy Howard back at it with another video. I wanted to talk about the new Demon Slayer movie that just came out. So let's go ahead and get into it. So I actually did end up watching this movie twice. I saw it the first time in dub. I saw it the second time in sub, and I'm gonna be honest, I did prefer sub more, just because I did watch this entire show in sub. So it makes sense if I like it more in sub. But if you do plan on watching it in dub, I believe it's pretty cool too. You get to hear Channing Tatum voice um, one of Akaza's senseis from his backstory, so you get to have that to look forward to. But going more into the movie, I mean, overall, this is a great film. It's very fun. I mean, even from the beginning, everyone's kind of discovering where they're at. They entered the Infinity Castle finally, and everyone's like falling, and it's like the music that's incorporated makes it real fun, and it's kind of cool with the visuals and everything. You get to look forward to that. But let's talk about the fight scenes, man. The fight scenes are insane. Like I'm still processing all the fight scenes that I've witnessed in that whole movie, and it was just phenomenal. I mean, starting out with the big main fight scene was like the Insect Hashra versus the Upper Moon 2 demon. I mean, let's be honest, like that was it was pretty awesome. I mean, with that, I mean, not really. I mean, it's not really a complaint. It's just, I mean, it was awesome. Don't get me wrong. I just wish it was a little bit longer. I guess I wanted it to be a little bit longer, but I guess they kind of did that on purpose, setting up for like the next part. But you have that to look forward to. There's also like another main fight, which is Zenitsu versus the Upper Moon 6 demon. That one's pretty fun too. You get to see Zenitsu kind of like, we were so used to seeing him be scared and very timid, but in this movie, he's completely different. And I love that transformation for him. I love that he came up with a new form of the thunder breathing technique, and he pretty much comes up with this new form and takes out the upper Moon Six demon. So I thought that was pretty cool. Um, Man, but like the main fight of this whole movie, which is the Water Hashira Tanjiro versus Akaza, Upper Moon 3. Man, that I just it was so hard. Like I literally could not I couldn't blink during those scenes, specifically that one, because dude, those fight scenes were literally insane. I can't get over the fact like how like just how precise they were with every move that was like shown in that fight scene. I honestly thought I thought that was like perfect. I wish like every fight scene was like kind of that length, I guess, because I heard that there were some people complaining about Kaza's backstory, but honestly, like I don't get why people are complaining about it. I thought it was perfect. I mean, it makes sense why they would, go in depth about Kaza's backstory. I mean, he was such a big antagonist throughout the show, and honestly, I enjoyed his whole backstory. I thought learning about like his master and like kind of learning about why he, the way he was, the way he grew up and stuff. He's trying to take care of his sick dad. He literally ended up getting with the master's daughter, his sensei's daughter, sorry, his sensei's daughter. And then it turns out, they all end up dying. They get poisoned by the well, and it's a whole thing. And what I thought was really interesting about that whole backstory of Akaza's is that he was caught at one of his weakest moments. He pretty much lost everybody. His dad was dead. His sensei was dead. His all of his life is dead. So, and I found this very interesting that Muzan, the head top tier demon, that's whenever he, found Akaza and he pretty much turned over. It would pretty much manipulate him to like joining his side and everything. And I find that very interesting just because this whole I mean this is like what I got from the whole movie pretty much, that everybody that were everybody that lost loved ones in this movie, or like just in the show and in general, that of course they were all victims to that, to Muzan's terror and everything. But I also think the Upper Moon people, like the Upper Moon demons, I believe they were victims as well, because um they had hardships as well, man. They all have backstories, they all have something going on. And it's not really a coincidence that Muzan shows up at their weakest point in their lives, and that's when he can easily manipulate them and make them turn bad. So I found that very interesting. I thought that was very heartbreaking backstory. If you guys plan on watching it. I hope to get your guys' input on it and see what you got out of it. But overall, this movie, I would say, after watching, obviously, I was just impressed about the whole thing, man. Like, I honestly want to go rewatch it again. But I think the message I want to leave with you guys, after watching this movie is that I think we should always be considerate of how I guess we should be considerate of like how other people are going through life. Like let's say for example, like somebody's having a bad day, they're trying to take it on you. I'm not trying to say like you should be a walking doormat and just accept that, but of course, say something in a respectful way. But just keep in mind that everyone's going through something. So I think it's always important to keep that in mind and act accordingly to based on people's behavior and just having their actions towards you. So just keep that in mind that someone's always going through something. But I'm not trying to justify it and make it seem like, well, they're having a bad day, so it's okay to act like this towards people. Not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying we should always just keep in mind that um, people got bigger demons that they're dealing with. Just be aware, act accordingly, and if they choose to continue to act like that, just let them be on their own. Let them figure it out. I'm sure everyone's dealing with their own demons, and they're probably just going through something that's bigger than us. Just keep that in mind. Be aware, and just try to be kind to others. It's really all I could really say for that. But I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this video. I am gonna continue the JoJo series. I know I took a break from it, but I will come back and make it again, or start off with I believe I'm part 3 in that series. So I was gonna continue part 3. We got the new Chainsaw Man movie coming out. I'm gonna talk about that one. We also have the Jujutsu Kaisen season 3 showing. I believe they're gonna show like the first like 3 episodes of the new season coming up. I think it's coming out December 5th. So I will be talking about that as well. But you guys go ahead and just leave a like, leave some comments in the comment section. Follow me on TikTok, on Instagram, and just subscribe to me when you get a chance. And I'll catch you in the next video.